Hello, good morning. Welcome to Stitch Etc's 43rd Flosstube. Yay! Welcome back if you are returning. Hello and welcome if you're new. Kim, Ashley, mother, daughter. We own a cross stitch store in Southeast Missouri.
Yeah.
If you're new here, please subscribe so that you can be notified and whatnot of every time we post a new video. We post a video every other week, generally, unless something is happening on that one Friday, then we push it back a week.
That's what happened today.
Yeah, that's what happened. So, we should have had our video last week, but Mom was at the retreat. Do you want to talk about that?
Sure.
Okay. So, Mom had the retreat last week. I was here.
It was, oh God, I missed her. Oh, Lord have mercy. So it was in Franklin, Tennessee. It turned out to be a totally awesome retreat. I mean, it was the women, there was a whole bunch of new attendees. They had never been to a retreat before.
Okay.
I would say about 3/4 were new.
Really?
They were so kind and just so, it was just amazing. I loved being there. I loved all the women. Yeah, it was good. Except I missed Ashley terribly. I mean, one, I missed her because we're like this. Two, I had to drive through Nashville by myself. Almost died. No, I didn't. But I was, I had it on maps, and anyway. And basically, it's only 5 miles. I checked it. It's only 5 miles through the Nashville area. And I made it fine. And I drove like a little old lady in the middle lane. But it's like merge on the right, less than a mile, merge on the left, then go to the right, then go to the left. And I'm like, oh my God. So when I got to the hotel, I had to take a 2-hour nap because I was stressed out. So Annie and I got there on Tuesday. We went to, we will call it Mojo Tacos. We took an Uber there. The guy corrected us and said it's Mojos. I don't know, M-O-J-O. Maybe I'm just using the old Midwestern slang, Mojos. But that's our favorite restaurant. We had a margarita or two. But we were responsible and took an Uber. We had chips and salsa, and then we got our Korean cauliflower tacos and just caught up because I really haven't seen her since Market. No,
You saw her at the July retreat.
I saw her at the July retreat. I'm sorry.
But that was it. So it's been 3 months.
So anyway, then we took an Uber back. Then you're gonna laugh at me, but I was so stressed out from that day. I went to bed at 6:30, and it wasn't the spicy margarita. It was just the stress of driving through Nashville. Got up the next day. And it was nice that I went to sleep and got up and didn't have to take care of a dog or an Ed. So that was very nice. Next day we went to Biscuit Love. It's in downtown Franklin, and it's good. It's good. Different but good. But everybody loves it, so we went, and I had a very nice time.
Mm-hmm.
I am a big, huge First Watch fan for breakfast, so I compare everything to First Watch. It's just me. Then we went to the Carter House, which was part of the Battle of Franklin was fought there, and we were there about 2 hours. The tour was about an hour, but we had to wait for the tour, and it's very, very sad, very sombering, but very interesting at the same time. And we saw the sampler that Mary ends up being Carter makes when she's, I think, 12. So if I'm wrong, you can put it in the notes. And it's hanging in their bedroom. And Antique Sampler sells that sampler. And I have it before that. I can get it. I'm going to stitch it. I was going to stitch it before the retreat. That didn't happen. Go figure. But anyway, it was very interesting. And then we just, I don't know, we went to TJ Maxx.
Urban got a winter coat.
Yeah, I'm sending pictures. I'm like, would you like this? Really cute little, it's a puffer, but it's a lightweight puffer.
It's one that he could wear in the car.
It's
and
not
like
a
coat. Yeah.
Not huge. Anyway, it's green camo. It's got the little orange Nike on it. I just thought it'd be cute with his red hair. And then I actually found some pants that fit me. I wish I would have known they fit me as decent as they do, because I would have probably bought 4 more pairs of them. Anyway, they got a couple sweaters. That was nice. And then the retreat started Thursday, and little Robin was our guest person. So Thursday night, I hate make it and take it. I just hate them. I hate them. I hate them. I hate them. So, but I want to do something. I just don't want to do make it and take it. So at the retreat in June and this retreat, we handed out mesh bags. And then Annie designed, so we handed out burlap mesh bags. Annie designed that pattern. And we taught, and then Ashley was going to be the one to teach it, but since she wasn't there, Lori Wilson stepped in and she taught it. And then she also, we don't have it. She also gave out, she designed a pattern, and it says Jesus. And
it's a freebie pattern on her website, or you can reach out to us, and we are currently sold out, so we could put you on the list.
But we'll get them Saturday or Monday.
Monday. Okay. So we'll start getting them out Tuesday of the bag, thread, and then we include the pattern in it.
Yeah, and we can do that for this too,
yes,
if you want to. So we can do either one. So we did that, and everybody really enjoyed it because a lot of people have not done that. But
people are intimidated to stitch on these mesh bags. They're not hard. I've done a video of it on our channel. Lori, I mean, people have done videos. They're not hard. It's stitching 7 count, especially if you do it over 2, like how that is done. If you stitch it over 1, it's 14 count.
It's a little more dense.
It is, yeah. You almost want to use regular thread instead of pearl cotton. You can use the pearl cotton. It's just going to be fuller coverage.
So we did that Thursday night. Then Friday was a day off. I didn't get the bag. Can you go get the bag from Tammy Blaylock?
Yeah.
It's my stack. Okay, so then Friday was a day off. You could stay in the room and stitch. A lot of people went to the Carter House and the Carton Plantation. You could go shopping. You could stay in your room and sleep, for all that matters. I mean, then Friday night, we played left, right, center with the thread. That's always fun. And then we handed out the swag bag.
Hold on.
Okay, and
one moment, please.
And so it was this. It was French General fabric.
Ooh, beautiful.
And it was made by Creative Country Girl, Tammy Blaylock. So we did that, and then oh, I didn't know I had it.
Scissors.
Bird scissors.
And
scissor fob that has a nest. So that was we did that Friday night.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Then Saturday morning, we had the class with Robin. And she did the sampler first. And here's the sampler, Marianne Bennett.
We have it available for sale if you would like to stitch it. We have it with pattern. We have it with 40 count.
And then here's also the box. I'll get to the box later.
But we can do the pattern, the fabric for the big piece, fabric for the little piece, and the box.
But for it to fit on the box, it needs to be 40 count. Okay, so she does a kind of a PowerPoint, and everybody was just blown away because she talked about Marianne Bennett. She talked about the time period it was stitched. She is so knowledgeable, and she's like, okay, so this poppy right down here, this is Berlin work. And at the time, patterns were coming, I think she said 1,400 patterns were coming out of Berlin. So you could get that and put it in. This was probably an English sampler, but you could get the Berlin work. And that's the poppy, because you could tell it looks a little different from everything else. Then this right here, see that? I called it a lollipop tree because that's what it looks like to me. Oh God, I didn't put makeup on. Okay, I'm gonna stay back here. Anyway, so the lollipop tree is not the lollipop tree. It's actually called an orange tree. And it is a symbol of virtue, and it's also a symbol of fertility. So these women would stitch samplers, like as about to be married age, and they would hang in the house. So when their suitors would come to call, they would look at that and they would be like, oh, well, she's virtuous, but she's also promiscuous. You know what I mean? Like, yes, she's going to be a fruitful wife and give me lots of children, but she's God-fearing, virtuous, woman. And anyway, she told us all the different things, symbols, not all of them, but different symbols that it means. And it was, literally for like 2 hours, I sat there just totally mesmerized by what she said. And for something to keep my mind that for 2 hours, it's very, very interesting. Because usually I'm like squirrel, and doing something else. So, I didn't even stitch. I turned my chair around and I stared at that screen for 2 hours because it was that interesting. If you ever get a chance to do a retreat with her, do it. She's a delightful woman, but then she was so knowledgeable and answered questions all over the place. Mm-hmm. And they were talking about where could you see some older samplers and this and that. And I mentioned that Chester County Historic Society in Westchester, Pennsylvania, has a lot, and they don't have them all out. But if you call them and tell them you're coming, they'll do a special exhibit for you. Mm-hmm. White gloves and a sealed off room and everything else. But so that was in the morning, was the sampler and the history of the sampler, and we gave out everything you needed for it. Then in the afternoon, she did a lacing class. She calls it quick and dirty lacing. I don't know. But anyway, told everybody how to lace. We gave out everything they could practice lacing. And then she designed this little pattern. And it's a little design. Mm-hmm. Now on 40 count, see, you've got extra around it. But we figured if you did it on 14, it'll fit, but it goes
right to the edge.
Right to the edge. Like you don't see anything on the top. You
don't see the top of the box.
It goes side to side. So anyway, I had painted, sanded, and waxed 70 boxes. So if you guys want a box, let us know. Mm-hmm. Because I still have, I can get some more boxes. I think we have one box left, but that's not a problem. Yeah. So, and that was, a couple hours, and people left there. I kind of zoned out because Kay does all my lacing, and you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Well, this old dog was like, nope. So, but she was just as informative with the lacing as she was with the sampler. It was really a good retreat. And then Saturday night we did a smalls exchange. The money raised from that will go to the Alzheimer's Association because I lost my mother and she lost her mother-in-law within a month of each other. And Kay, our friend Kay, her dad has it. So, that's the who we're gonna send it to. Mm-hmm. So, and then I came home Sunday and had to drive back through Nashville. It wasn't as bad because it was Sunday morning. Now, 18-wheelers are out 24/7, but they're not as bad on Sunday morning as not just the normal traffic. So that was it. I still have stuff in my car that I am unpacking because I have a Mini Cooper. I don't know if you guys know that. And I took this whole retreat down in a Mini Cooper. So it was it was almost to the ceilings and everything. I got very creative with packing, but I'm still unpacking. Slowly but surely we're unpacking. Because when I'm unpacking things, I'm putting them away where they belong because I am queen of, I'll put it there and remember it and then I don't. Mm-hmm. So, that's bad. So what did I stitch when I was there? I think I put 20 stitches in on the Red Haven sampler by Threadmo. I would do like 2 stitches and then I would squirrel and do something else, or somebody would talk to me, or I would get up and handle the problem. So at the one in June, I got a lot of stitching done. Mm-hmm. This one, I didn't, but I'm in a slump. I like the red sampler. I like everything that I have. I just don't want to stitch it. So I need to find something that gives me a jump start or something. I don't know. So, okay, that's it on the retreat. Okay. Go. So fully finishes. We have one fully finish. But we're going to redo it. I just don't like that. I asked for the red border to be bigger than that, but even the guy that when I picked it up for Ashley, he goes, this doesn't look right. I said, I don't think so. So we're going to go take it back and make the mat bigger, and then of course then the frame will have to be bigger. Mm-hmm. But I just think, but yeah, that's done. It's done on 32 count Confederate gray with the called for DMC colors. So that's done. That's the only fully finished we have in 3 weeks.
We have some finishes though.
Ashley has some finishes.
Mom has finishes, but hers are already sent off to like Lonnie.
Yes,
and
you
stuff.
know the
Christmas Tiny Town.
Christmas Tiny Town. Like I did the Halloween Tiny Town on 10 count. I did the Christmas Tiny Town on 10 count. Finished it. I've already bought the material. It's already winging its way to Utah as we speak. So I don't have anything. I did finish that. But
Yes. So let's see. I have finished the Harvest Tiny Town. Mom just has to put the French knots on what? A chicken? I think one French knot on a chicken.
I don't know.
I think that's all that's left. So that's done. Yay.
Pretty.
I got that done last Thursday. I finally finished Annie's Zeresh. So that's what it's supposed to look like. I stitched this on 32 count mystery linen with the called for DMC color. It's not a hard stitch. I just personally hate stitching borders, and that's why it's just been sitting there for a month, because I just didn't want to stitch that border.
You just finished it yesterday.
Yeah, I just sat down yesterday and I was like, I'm gonna get this border done, and I did. So
It's already those two things have already put me to shame.
and then after I finished Harvest Tiny Town last Thursday, I started stitching this, and I finished it yesterday morning. I only had like half a flower left. So the October Quaker. That is done. Shelby too thinks that this looks Christmassy because of the red and green.
I don't see Christmas, but
it's done. We will probably take it to the framer on October 2nd. So, you know, we're running a little behind on that one.
This is how I roll. I'm either 2 months early or 2 months late.
We'll need to stitch the November soon then. And then Shelby 2 finished Honeybee Quaker.
I've got to get fabric. It should have gone out to Lonnie, but it didn't.
That's okay.
So I'm like, well, I don't want to overwhelm her. I'll get it to her.
I'll get it to Lonnie.
Get it to her.
Those are the finishes that we have, because everything that I just showed was all of my whips also that I've been working on. I don't have any whips, but I have pieces that I can show you that I am going to start working on.
I don't have any whips.
Well, like, because I finished them all, what I was working on. So you guys remember this piece? I'm sure you do.
We started that last October.
Started that last October. I had apparently left it in my car, and then Travis took my car because he kept telling me, oh, this is only going to take like 2 hours to work on it. Well, it was 2 months. Thought I had lost it, but I was like, oh, it'll just make its appearance known whenever it's time. So I'm going to this mess. Whew, yeah, it's messy. Maybe I should iron it before I keep stitching it. So that's what I'm gonna work on this. This is gonna be a whip of mine.
Be nice to have after Christmas.
Yes.
Because it's winter.
Yeah, it's winter and it's on Ada, so it shouldn't. I don't know. I think an issue I was starting to run into is I was running out of Dove, and we couldn't get that in last year.
Oh.
And so I was like,
We have Dove now.
We have Dove now, yes. So I'm not as worried. So I'm gonna work on that. And then this was another piece that was in my car for 2 months that Mom has recently started asking me about when it's going to get done. Manor at Peacock Hill. Oh, look at that. That one was also in its hoop for 2 months.
This is beautiful.
So,
We sold it yesterday, so every time we sell that pattern, I'm like, hey, haven't you finished that yet?
not yet, but that one's almost done.
Isn't that pretty? It's for me.
It's for the store.
No, it's not. It's not the colors of my new house. Any more whips?
No more whips.
Okay, so I have nothing. I mean, like, I could show you 10 stitches I've stitched in 2 weeks. But I do have some Ed news. So, I mean, not that y'all care, but you're going to hear it anyway. So, Ed was approved for a study at Barnes WashU.
Which is a big hospital.
Which is a big hospital in St. Louis. And WashU is the big college. So, anyway, and I called it the doorbell in his head. They were going to implant back here this button. And if you press the button, it like, I'm going to get it wrong. But it sends waves to the brain to
counteract the Parkinson's.
So he went yesterday. I didn't go. He went up. His friends took him. And he is still in the study. But this new doctor was so appalled at what the old doctor had done. And the fact that he over-medicated him and then he's under-medicated him. So now he's changed his medicine and he takes 2 more pills. So he'll take it every 4 hours. And he will take it 5 times a day. So that should help being able to walk, because he walks a little bit from about 3 to 7 he can walk. So he's gonna extend it so he can walk a little bit long anyway. So he's like, they're gonna get that regulated, and Ed felt very good talking to him, because he really said, he interviewed him for 3 hours and really, you know,
he really knew Ed at the end of the 3 hours.
I don't even know that I could speak to Ed for 3 hours, but you know what I mean. Like, he really, so that was good. And actually, he was in such a good mood and felt good that we went out to eat. Now, okay, you know I don't cook, but I go through and I get drive-through, and we are so sick of sandwiches and salads, and I'm burnt out on it. But
they went to sit down, eat.
We went to our favorite restaurant, 12 West. I'm sure if you've been to Farmington, you know 12 West. We used to go there every Thursday night. And anyway, we went. And he drove. I always, sometimes he drives a little bit at night, just because he's like stir crazy. He drives a little bit at night in Farmington. You know, he doesn't really, and I always take my purse with my driver's license in it, because he can tell when his legs are starting to, because his knees hurt. And that's his first signal that something's up. So he's learned this in 2 months, that when the knees start to feel weird, you know. So I always take my driver's license with me, because like, what if we go to town to get a hamburger and his knees start to hurt? Move over, I got this. But it's just something to get out, because he is literally stir crazy. So this week we went by, did we go 1 or 2 times to see Urban?
I think only 1.
Anyway, so we drive by and I call her and I'm like, hey, can you bring the kid out? And so she brings Urban out and he climbs in the front seat. Literally, we're not even there 5 minutes, but he gets to talk to Ed, and that does Ed. I mean, I of course love it, but I see him every Saturday. But that gives Ed just, you know, that just makes his whole world is to see Urban. So the thing the other day was, he comes off the front porch and he's looking at us and he's like, hi, hey, hi, hey. So anyway, he's just, oh my God, he's so stinking cute. I could die. Okay, so that's my only Ed story, but it's going in the right direction, I hope. So anyway, did we show these?
No.
You want to show these?
Sure.
Okay.
So,
this is we reordered.
We've reordered. We had them for our open house, our anniversary. We sold out of them. We've gotten them in since, so I don't know if you guys have seen them. But
I don't even know if we showed them.
Well, yeah, I don't know if we even had a chance to show them before our open house, or whatever. You know what I'm talking about. Because they just sold so fast. It was one of those, we didn't know how many order, and we didn't order enough. When Witches Go Riding, with a needle and thread. Autumn Sampler, Autumn Splendor. And,
we did show that because Tammy.
Oh, okay. And then the When Pumpkins Glow.
Because I said Tammy Keller. Hey, Tammy Keller.
Doesn't like the teeth.
She doesn't like the teeth, but I remember saying that.
So
calling her out.
That's what's new. We really haven't gotten a whole lot new besides for the Annie's Pattern, Baby Jesus, and the Marianne Bennett. Those are really our new
news
pieces.
And we're just trying to get back into the groove. Because retreats really.
Yes.
I love them, but they
disrupt kind of
they disrupt everything, and then
at the store, like Farmington wise, just everything's kind of feels off kilter.
And it just wore me out physically, because I'm still I still get exhausted, and now I'm to the point I just cry. I'm so tired. So I had to get medicine filled, and I started crying because I'm like, I can't get it after work because I'm too tired. So anyway, we will prevail. We will get through this. So.
For everybody wondering, Urban surgery went really well.
Yes,
I don't know if you guys saw that on Facebook. He ended up only getting tubes in. Our insurance ended up denying the lip tie, claiming it was cosmetic. So he did just get the tubes. He was really kind of, I guess it was really I've never had tubes. Disorienting that Monday, anytime. So like obviously when he first woke up, he was really disoriented. But then once he ate, he was fine. And then he laid down.
Isn't that always the case?
Yeah. He took a 3-hour nap and he woke up and he was really thrown off and crying and everything. But then I gave him food and he was okay. And we've been fine ever since.
But I said, so then he goes to school on Tuesday, and then Wednesday you text me and you go, I got to pick up Urban. So stomach virus was running rampant through preschool and he got it. So I said to her, you know what? The good Lord knew what he was doing after surgery, having her stay home. Can you imagine a dad with a kid with a stomach virus? I mean, he would have been like, he'd been like, here. So it's as much as I hated you not being there, it was the right thing to do. She needed him to be there for when he came out of the tube thingy, and then he got the stomach virus, and he's okay now. He's all right.
He was fine Thursday. It was just a fluke on Wednesday.
But it was a bad fluke.
So.
But anyway.
But he's doing good. I had a great time in Waco. Went to one of the restaurants you guys recommended for dinner on Saturday night. It ended up being, the stadium when we left was 105, and they were reporting that down on the field it was reported the temperatures between 120 and 140 degrees.
But the Utes won.
Yes, we won 20-13 somehow.
Oh my God, I was watching it and I was like, oh my Lord, if she flew down there, spent the weekend, and they lost. I was like, I'm not even coming to
with our second and third string quarterback. Yeah, but we won. Thank goodness. After the game, we just found a quick restaurant. We found a quick drive-through of something we don't even have in Missouri. Got it. Went back to the hotel. Kind of took cold showers because we were just so exhausted. Drank 20 gallons of water. Took a nap.
Shelby said she would go with you to the game because I warned her. I'm like, this mild-mannered, sweet child becomes a absolute crazy woman when the Utes are playing. So I'm like, be warned.
So she offered to go again, and now that we're moving to the Big 12 next year, we can go to KU, I think, in Lawrence. It's only like 5 hours away. So I was like, hey, this is only a 5-hour drive.
You know what I can do? I can babysit. That's what I can do.
So 5-hour drive is a lot better than a 2-hour flight. Yeah, going down there, our flight got delayed. So that was fun. Right after we got dinner, 'cause we were going to eat dinner, and then kind of on the way to the airport, because the way we had it planned, like with security and everything, we would have had just enough time to get through security and like get to our gate, like no waiting. And no, they delayed our flight. So we were like, well, shoot. We didn't check a bag, so we were just able to walk straight on. Our flights were only about 40% full going down and coming back, so that was really nice. Only having a middle seat between us and having the flight not even full.
Shelby took her cross stitch.
Yeah, she did not get much stitching done because the flight going down was really bumpy. Dallas was getting rain when we landed, so she couldn't stitch. And then we were just so exhausted Saturday from getting in late with our flight being delayed, and then the game and it being hot, and then we flew back early Sunday. So, I mean, we were literally gone for 36 hours.
Well, like 38 because you got delayed.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But, yeah, and then, I mean, we got a bunch of goodies at the retreat.
Yes, thank you all.
We've kind of put them away already.
We thought, we'll show every single one. And I was just like, we don't have that much time. They gave us people, you went above and beyond. Beautiful, beautiful things.
Yes.
You could show your back. I got you. Your project thing. I got you. So at the June retreat,
This is someone from Soulful Creations.
she actually said, "Oh," and she got a Christmas one, which she liked, but she goes that night. She goes, "I really wanted the blue one Annie got," and I'm like, "Well, why didn't you knock her down and grab it out of her hands?" She's like, "I'm not going to do that." So
Yeah.
I went to Amanda. Of course, she's not going to do that, but I went to Amanda and I said, "Hey, can I order this?" And I was going to give it to her for Christmas. Well, then I got it and I was like, "Oh, hey, her birthday is." Oh, actually, his birthday was Tuesday.
Yes.
It was her birthday, so I can't keep things from her. I just gave it to her. And
Don't worry, I'll come up with stuff for Christmas.
and that's fine. That's fine. I just thought I was like being sneaky and being like hee hee hee. But then she had to pay for it because she PayPal'd us. And Ashley goes, "What'd you get from Amanda?" And because she has my personal card, I call it the Ed card. You know, we have business card and then we have Ed card. She has both of them because I never know what I'm doing. So like I don't know how to do PayPal and stuff. So anyway, she pays for everything. So I said, "Hey, Amanda's sending you a invoice. Pay it."
Well, I thought she was just gonna be like, "Oh, these are the bags I got," and send pictures, and I was gonna be like, "Oh, cool." Like I was just curious.
So she goes, "What'd you get?" And I go, "I got one of those doodaddies in French General fabric."
Red French General.
French General.
Like this color, this fabric.
So
Mom has a bunch of stuff that all matches this. Everyone gave her the red French General. So.
I got that. So anyway, she goes, "Okay, well that's one of them. What else did you buy?" And I was like, "I got you something." So
I didn't care.
Oh, I know. I was just, I know it. I was just trying to be sneaky, but I can't be sneaky when she has to pay for it. But anyway, that's okay. It's all right.
But that's.
Hannah's coming.
Yes, right after Thanksgiving, because Southwest this past week had their flights 50%, select flights 50% off.
But they have blackout days. So I talked to her and I said, "Hey, they have these, but I think it's blackout like over Christmas, over New Year's,
over Thanksgiving."
And I said to her, and they had to buy tickets. They're going to a wedding in Knoxville and this and that. And I said, "You know, Hannah, if you want to, I want you to come. That's not it. But if you want to come the week after, you know, and it's so much cheaper." I'm like, "Go ahead. I don't care. I don't care."
You can have Thanksgiving after Thanksgiving. Like it doesn't have to be on Thanksgiving Day.
Right. So it truly doesn't matter. So they're coming the 30th, which is a Thursday.
The Thursday after Thanksgiving.
And they're leaving the
first or second
Sunday.
Whatever.
So it won't be a day shorter, but beggars can't be choosers. I'm not upset. So we get to meet the Patrick. You got flowers from her this week, and it said, "Happy birthday, Hannah and Patrick."
And I go, I guess he likes to be called Patrick instead of Pat.
I don't know.
Because that would be my first thing, is just to call him Pat. But if he's, if she sent the Patrick, then that's what you want to be called. I don't care.
Know. So more to come on that. We'll find out if it's Pat or Patrick. But that's
that development.
November and December. So because I said I wasn't, and I told her, I said I'm not going to do anything until I see the tickets bought. Just because things happen. So I don't know. She's got 5 million things planned for us to do, and
like for 3 days to do it all.
Like two days really, because they come in Thursday night and leave Sunday morning. So
only
I'm
2
like,
days.
I don't know how we're gonna do all this, but we'll get it done, or we'll prioritize.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Yep.
All right. Well,
I think that's it for us.
Yeah, I'll see you in 2 weeks. Maybe I'll get something done by then.
Yes, I'll crack the whip with her. I don't know. She's had a few things that she's like, I want to stitch, but then doesn't.
But then I don't.
So, Friday the 13th is our next video.
Okay.
So October, Friday the 13th is our next video. Keep an ear open for that.
Then when we get new stuff, we post it on
Facebook and Instagram. Reach out to us with any questions, obviously.
Yeah, and if you want the Jesus bag,
or the Annie bag,
or Marianne Bennett, we can do all.
Reach out to us.
We can do all that stuff.
But yeah, that's it. Next Friday, just if you're coming to visit the store on the 6th, is Farmington's homecoming. So we will be closing for a little bit in the middle of the day during that, because
like 2 hours.
Yeah, because they close the schools out early, and the Farmington homecoming parade is like the big thing. Like it's bigger than the Christmas parade. It's bigger than anything. So, I mean, the Catholic Church is in it for some reason. We were having to chase people out of like they were opening doors that they
teenagers were going upstairs, and we were having to chase. Literally, sit
we'd
on
be
the
like,
stairs
no,
and be like,
this is storage. Like this is not and they would just be like, oh, well, you're like. So we're just closing in the middle of the day to avoid
for an hour and a half. I mean,
yeah.
it's not.
We'll post it when we know more of when the
I'm
is,
just not.
We're not messing with.
I'm not dealing with weirdo teenagers. I'm sorry. You know, or if you come, we'll be in the store to knock on the door and be like, "Let me in. I'm not weird.
I just want to shop.
I just want to shop." I mean, and of course we'll let you in, but. We've got to deter the teenagers. You know, I mean, how do you put a sign? No teenagers allowed? No, you can't do that.
That's not going to fly.
But they roam around and they're just hungry teenagers that get into stuff.
Yeah.
You know, so anyway.
But that's that little heads up. Other than that, we'll see you guys in 2 weeks.
All right. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.